Have you ever found yourself in a state of fear, doubt, or uncertainty? Unable to take action because you feel so overwhelmed by the amount of decisions that you have to make. So you likely end up not making any decisions at all. This is likely the result of an unintegrated divine masculine energy within you. So today, what I'm going to talk about is what divine masculinity is and how it can help you to transform your life, your business, and even your relationships, to take them to a whole new level. I'm Cody, and I help people activate their divine consciousness codes that'll ignite their heart ablaze and open the doorway to limitless possibilities. For me, it all began when I was a young kid, 5 years old. I remember deep down in me, I felt like I had a purpose. So we all have a purpose, but I felt like I was on a mission. Like there was something driving me, pushing me into this newfound way of life, this new way of living. I didn't know what it was as a kid. I didn't know if I was being pushed to invent something, to create an organization or a business. But what I knew is that deep down there was something pushing me, something driving me, this deep fire, that pushed me. No matter what I did, I always remembered that feeling, that energy that was pushing me, as if there's no way that I could stop, even if I wanted to. But along the way, it's so easy to get distracted and caught up in all of life's dramas and intricacies and all the little tiny things that happen on a day-to-day basis. One of the biggest aspects for me in stepping into my divine masculinity is understanding the relationship from boyhood to manhood. And this even applies for both men and women and non-binary. It's dependent on your energy, really. It's the divine masculine within you speaks differently to everybody. But for me, the journey from boyhood to manhood was something that I always felt a little off about. It's like once you hit a certain age and you can get your license, you hit 18, you can enroll in the army or the military, you can enroll, you can start drinking alcohol and smoking tobacco at the age of 21. But does that really make you a man? Does that really help you to grow up? To step into a new being, to step into a new version of you that was not simply created to survive. Along the way, I realized that there is something missing here. That there's something inherently off about how we go about our daily lives and how we go about perceiving each other and trying to overcome our obstacles and the things that come to us in our lives. It's like we've come to see it all wrong. And part of that is at the root of who we are and at the roots of our culture. Because once upon a time, there used to be an initiation from boyhood to manhood, to where you had to go out. You had to physically make a quest, a pilgrimage, or some sort of test to show that you are ready to step into that role. Because stepping into manhood is more than just your age. It's your experiences. It's the wisdom that you bring from the medicine of your past. We all go through trials and tribulations, but the most important thing is, what did you learn from them? What did it show you about yourself? Oftentimes in life we go through and we don't even take the time to reflect on what's happened to us, all the trauma that we've been through, all the joy that we've experienced, and everything in between. Because these are the experiences that have made us who we are. At least for the most part. I believe there's more factors than just our experiences. We got our genetics, we got our own personal experiences. I'm a firm believer in past lives, and that we are connected to other lifetimes more so than others, or figures, certain characters. But in this life, what have you done to take that initiation into manhood? And this was a keen idea that I recently learned from a book that I started reading. Let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. I don't know if you can read that. It's probably flipped. But it is The King, Warrior, Magician, Lover: Rediscovering the Archetypes of the Mature Masculine. It really opened my eyes, because up until that point, I had felt like there was something missing to becoming a man. A quote-unquote man, or manhood, as we'll call it. And I didn't understand, or I didn't know, or have the right terminology, or even the experiences to understand what that really meant. But I knew something was off, and as soon as I started reading that book, I knew that that is exactly what I had been missing my whole life. And it is that initiation that I feel like really builds that fire within you. That divine masculine fire that lights you up, that pushes you, that drives you, that inspires you, that passion that you feel not only in your purpose, but in your relationships, in your life, everything that you do. Becomes about that passion. Because you bring passion, you bring that energy into everything that you do and everyone that you meet. And your energy starts to radiate out to others. You start to uplift people just by simply being around them. You make people better just by being, just from your mere presence alone. The way that you show up, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, all of it shifts. You step in to a new way of being. And for me, growing up, this was something that I always lacked. It was like, I remember when I would be playing football in high school. I remember specifically running after the ball, running after the ball carrier. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I could catch him if I'd pushed myself harder. But it was like something in me was holding me back. Like I physically knew that I could push harder. It was like I felt like I was only operating at 95%. It was like there was a block keeping me. I don't know if it was mental, physical, emotional. I'd say all the above, but it was keeping me from accessing that next level. It was just this bundle of energy that I felt. And I feel like some people unlock it naturally, or they do it at a young age. Maybe their parents get them into something young, and they start learning the value of self-discipline and dedication and hard work and perseverance. And they understand how to cultivate that energy, that courage, that fire within them. And that's another thing. The courage to continue forward. The courage to stand up when something isn't right. To stand up for things that you believe in. I didn't have that. And I didn't know how to get it. I didn't know what I needed to do. And it haunted me my entire life. It's held me back from doing the things that I've loved, from standing up for the people that I needed to, standing up for myself. And it wasn't even until I looked back and I reflected on what it was that I was truly missing, that I was able to see that this is not only something that I've struggled with in my life, it's something that everybody has on some level. If we don't take that initiation, that pilgrimage, that journey, in whatever way that is for you, and it's different for everybody, then ultimately we're not going to be led where we want to go. Life is always going to feel unfulfilled. And things just won't fall into place. And this is large in part because we in our culture have lost so many elements, so many structural elements that we need to truly come together as a tribe like we once were. And that tribe helps to cultivate that energy, that fire, that courage, to push through when you have nothing left. When all you feel is fear. But you push through anyway. Because you're doing what matters most to you. And you're standing up for the people that need it most. There's so many people out there that need an example. They need to see what they can become. Because Hollywood and our culture has completely fucked our image of what it means to be truly divine. Both divine masculine and divine feminine. We don't know what that looks like. Because all we've ever seen are these Hollywood idols, these role models. And they may have some good characteristics, they may have some good examples, but it's like unreachable. And it doesn't connect with the core essence of who we are. There's something missing from that. It's like they're just naturally in this persona. They're just naturally in this way of being. And that's not how it is, generally speaking. I mean, some people do come into things naturally while others don't. But for the most part, we all have to develop that in our own way, because we're all on different paths. But at the core of everything, we all need the same things. We all need love. We all need connection and encouragement. We need a community to come together. In order to do that, we need to bring back the divine masculine energy so that we can have that container for which allows the divine feminine to grow out of. Because right now we are so suppressed in both of our divine masculine and feminine energy, and it's like squishing us down into this little box, and then we're all breaking. All of us. This isn't natural. This isn't the way things were supposed to be. But it doesn't have to stay this way forever. It doesn't have to be this way. That's why we need you to take a stand, to step into that masculine, that divine masculine energy. And I don't mean the toxic masculine that wants to rule everything and wants to be, ego driven and power hungry and, basically the patriarchy of our government. That's the toxic masculine at play. That's not what we need here. We need to protect those that we love, protect those that can't protect themselves. We need to stand for what is right. We need to have that framework. We need to be able to see logically what is happening. And not only that, but to be in tune with our divine feminine energy. Because it's not about just being one side or the other. In order to have that divine energy, you have to find both. You have to find the balance of both of those within you. Or else you're going to get out of balance. It's inevitable. It's the nature of this world, of this universe. So I ask you to stand up. To set your heart ablaze. To step into that fire. To become who you came here to be. And not only that, but to step into it with courage and compassion for everyone that you cross. Even if you don't like that person. Even if they're not a good person. Because I believe that we all deserve love. And at the core, that's what we all want, is love and connection. And I believe once we step into this divine masculine energy as a collective, everything will shift. Because the entire structure that our society and our culture is built around is now going to be transformed. So I ask you, my friends, take a stand and step into that fire. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, this pilgrimage that we're making together, and please like, follow, share, subscribe. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos about this in the future, about cultivating that divine energy, that divine masculine energy. I'm going to, as I continue to move forward in my own practices, I'm going to embody more and more of that energy within myself. And yeah, I'm excited for what the future holds, because I believe that everything is unfolding exactly as it needs to. So if you're looking to embody more of this energy within you, please feel free to reach out to me. I do coaching, and I would love to help you to step into that fire, to step in and be the person that you know deep down that you're capable of becoming. We're all in this together, my friends. I'm here for you every step of the way. Peace, love, namaste.